When you think about the cities of the future, what comes to mind? Flying cars, gleaming skylines? Well, what if the real revolution isn't just how our buildings look, but what they're built for? Today, we're looking at Amot Investments. This is a company that isn't just putting up walls and windows, they're actually building the blueprint for that future. Okay, let's get into it.
Just look at this. This is the Amot Atrium Tower. And yeah, it's a beautiful piece of architecture, no question. But it's also the result of a much, much bigger vision. It's what you get when you combine amazing design with a serious commitment to sustainability and growth. See, this isn't just a building, it's a statement.
So, that's the big question, right? What exactly is the blueprint behind these incredible structures? How does a company go about building for tomorrow and not just for today? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
You see, Amot's approach isn't some happy accident. It's a really deliberate, multi-part plan. And it's designed from the ground up to be responsible, resilient, and ready for whatever the future holds.
Their whole strategy really boils down to three core pillars. First up, a deep, deep commitment to sustainability. Second, some really powerful engines for growth. And third, a rock-solid foundation of financial strength and shared values. So let's break each one down. All right, first, let's talk sustainability. You hear about ESG, environmental, social, and governance, all the time these days. Well, for Amot, it's not just a buzzword. It's a core part of their identity.
And they've been at this for a while. We're talking since 2010. Amot has been a pioneer in green construction, always aiming for the highest possible global standards. They're weaving environmental and social responsibility into their projects from day one.
Now, you're going to hear this term LEED Platinum pop up a lot with Amot. So what is it? It's basically the highest possible certification for green buildings on the planet. Think of it like the Olympic gold medal for sustainability. It's awarded for being the best of the best in everything from energy efficiency to water savings to the air quality inside.
And believe me, they don't just talk the talk. The Amot Atrium is the very first tower in Israel to hit that platinum standard. And since then, they've added the Toha Tower, the Amot Holon Campus, and Campus Amot Givatayim to that elite platinum list. This isn't just a one-off thing. It's a clear pattern of leadership. And this right here, this really shows you what they're all about. It's this idea of merging nature-inspired, super efficient design with sleek, modern architecture. These places are engineered for tons of natural light and fresh air, which, by the way, isn't just good for the planet, it's great for the health and productivity of the people who actually work inside.
But get this, they're not even stopping at LEED Platinum. Amot is pushing the envelope even further into the world of zero-energy buildings.
A zero-energy building is exactly what it sounds like. It's a building that literally produces as much power as it consumes, which means it basically takes itself off the grid, leaving no carbon footprint. That is a huge technical challenge, but they've already pulled it off. They took an old building for the Amot Beit Hover Red project and renovated it into a green, energy-neutral masterpiece. But their thinking goes way beyond just the building itself. Amot gets that a green building sitting in a sea of traffic doesn't solve the whole problem. So, they also focus on sustainable transportation.
243. By the end of 2025, that's how many electric vehicle charging stations Amot installed across their properties. It's a simple number, but it represents a massive investment in where mobility is headed. And it's the whole package. They're smart about where they build, putting projects right near public transit. They design their buildings with bike rooms and scooter access. They even include locker rooms for commuters. On top of all that, they've pledged to meet 100% of future demand for EV charging. It's a complete, sustainable ecosystem.
Okay, so let's move on to the second pillar, growth. Because, being green is incredible, but you need a smart, strategic plan to keep the momentum going and to keep expanding.
So how do they do it? Well, the foundation for their growth is all about diversification. Take a look at this chart. You can see their portfolio isn't just offices. That's about 47%. They also have a huge stake in industry and logistics, commerce, and even supermarkets. That smart mix really protects them from market swings and gives them a super stable platform to grow from. And let me tell you, they are building in a huge way. We're talking 3.8 billion NIS. That's the total investment value of projects they have in the pipeline right now, either under construction or in development. That number says it all about their ambition.
So what does that $3.8 billion actually look like? Well, it's funding massive projects like the Amot Rabad Tower, a big new employment hub, and new office buildings. And what's really interesting is they're also making a move into residential with the Azor project. They're clearly planting flags in all the key sectors.
And that brings us to our third and final pillar, the foundation of financial strength and core values that holds this entire vision together.
I mean, you can have the greenest buildings and the biggest growth plans in the world, but without a rock-solid financial foundation, it's all just a house of cards. For Amot, that foundation is built not just on a strong balance sheet, but also on this really forward-thinking idea of creating shared value.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. Instead of just focusing on traditional dividends for shareholders, Amot has a policy for its employees. This quote from their report basically says they give out special options, allowing their own team to buy company shares at great prices.
So what does that do? It turns employees into owners. Suddenly, their personal success is directly tied to the company's long-term success. It is such a powerful way to build a motivated, loyal team where everyone is literally invested in the vision. This is the S in ESG, social governance in action, making the whole company stronger from the inside out.
So, when you put all three of these pillars together, sustainability, growth, and that foundation of strength, you get this really complete blueprint for how to build the future.
Which leaves us with one final thought. Amot has created this model where being environmentally responsible actually drives innovation, where smart growth ensures stability, and where a culture of shared value makes the entire foundation stronger. So the real question is this integrated approach the new standard we should expect for how we build the cities of tomorrow?